everyone, thanks for tuning into eZeLiving.com. Well, a few days ago I had experienced a severe migraine headache, and I thought to myself after it was gone, what is a migraine headache and why is it so painful and prolonged? Some people get it for days on end and it just doesn't seem like it wants to stop. So we consulted with Dr. Ross Hauser, and this is what he had to say with regards to migraine headaches, where it starts, and how it's cured.
Migraine is a neurological disorder characterized by episodes of often debilitating headache pain that affects more than 10% of the general population. The attacks are characterized by unilateral and throbbing headache pain that can be increased by physical activities that are normally not painful, such as when coughing or bending over. Understanding of the pathophysiology of migraine headache has made significant progress in the last decade. Current theories place the origin of migraine within the brain. It is believed that the cortex of susceptible people is hyperexcitable. Cortical activity activates the nociceptors of the trigeminal nerves in the meninges. Pain signals from the meningeal nociceptors travel along the trigeminal nerves and are relayed in the brainstem to the brain, resulting in the perception of headache pain. Activation of the trigeminal-vascular system and secretion of neuropeptides are hypothesized to be central events in the pathogenesis of migraine. Dysfunction in the brainstem and midbrain centers that control pain processing may also contribute to the generation of pain. In current theories of the pathophysiology of migraine, activation and sensitization of the trigeminal-vascular system underlies the generation and perpetuation of pain in migraine.
So now we know how a migraine headache occurs, what happens in our brain, the chemicals and the impact that it has on our neurology and our nervous system. And then I also consulted with a nutritionist, and I wanted to know what foods, or if foods at all, plays a role in creating or stimulating this chemical imbalance. And we found out that there are 9 types of food. These are sort of called the hidden triggers that stimulates or triggers a migraine headache.
Many foods can bring on a migraine attack. You have to be born with a predisposition to having migraines. Otherwise, usually you can drink or eat anything you want and you will not get a headache. But those people who are prone to having migraine headaches will often have a headache from drinking wine or any other form of alcohol. Although there are people for whom certain types of alcohol will trigger a headache. For example, red wine will do it, white wine will not. Beer will do it, but vodka is probably the least likely thing that will cause a headache. But for some people, all forms of alcohol. Then there are even healthy foods that can give you headaches, such as yogurt, bananas, citrus fruit, and some people raisins, or any form of dried food, smoked foods, pickled. Preservatives are what usually gives you the headache. And it's not the actual food, but all the chemicals there. Chocolate is another trigger, and so is aged cheese. So there is a long list of possible foods. And there is a list of foods that applies only to certain people. So how do you find out which food is not good for you? Usually, again, most of them are obvious. You have a glass of wine, you have a headache. But some are more subtle. For example, some people, and it doesn't happen often, but some people stop eating all the wheat products and they feel much better. Other people, it's dairy products. And very often it's sugar. Ups and downs in your sugar level in the blood can trigger migraine in some people. Again, does not apply to everyone, but the most common ones, again, are chocolate, wine, aged cheese, and preservatives.
So these are some of the foods that can have an impact on your migraines. Make sure you have them in balance. Make sure you have them appropriately, and have a stress-free lifestyle. Thanks for watching eZeLiving.com. We'll talk to you soon.